Let's jump right into it today where I'll show you how to do a milk bath mani using dip powder, and I'll be using Mani Boss products. I'm going to be starting first with some solid nails, and I'll be using Cherry Blossom from Mani Boss dip powder, and this is such a beautiful light but bright soft pink color. It's really hard to describe, but it is so beautiful and it just screams springtime. So this is going to go on my thumb, index finger, and pinky, and those are going to be my base nails. And for my milk bath nails, those are going to be my accent nails, which are going to go on my middle finger and ring finger. And I'm super excited because I think it's been maybe a couple years since I've done a milk bath nail, and I feel like it needs to come back in style, or maybe it never went out of style because it's just so classic. I am still rocking my short natural nails without any overlay on them, but I am wearing peel base because I'm back to filming content, so I will sadly have to pop off this mani shortly. For my basic dipping process, I'm starting with a thin, even layer of dip base, and I'm applying that to my entire nail. So I start with the brush about halfway to the point of my nail. I brush downwards towards my free edge and then upwards towards the cuticle area, and that helps prevent any flooding. And I really have to watch the amount of liquid I have on my brush when I have short natural nails, because then it becomes super easy to get too much liquid and flood my cuticle area. So just to make sure, I always take my precision tool and make sure I clean up just so I don't have any product on my skin. If you want to see a more in-depth tutorial on my basic dipping process with solids, I'll leave that linked above in the cards, and feel free to check that one out. You can see that one layer of cherry blossom isn't fully opaque, so it still does have a little bit of sheerness to it. So I actually end up doing 3 total layers of cherry blossom, and then I cap it in clear as well. So it does say on the website for cherry blossom specifically that it is easy to file through that color. I always cap all my solids in clear anyway, so it was no issue, but it does recommend, especially for cherry blossom, that you do cap this solid in clear, which I did.
Invincible.
Off camera, I did my 3rd layer cherry blossom, capped it in clear and activated, and now we're going to get into the milk bath nails. In order to do a milk bath nail, you do need a milky white dip powder to work with. So this is Milk Money from Mani Boss as well. And if you're not familiar with milky white, it's just more of a sheerer white. It's not an opaque white. So I'm just going to start with 1 full dip of this Milk Money on my middle finger and ring finger. And since I'm not working with any glitters or flakies or anything like that, I could have just capped all my nails in clear at the same time. I don't know why. I just felt like going ahead and capping my cherry blossom nails in clear and activating, so I did that. But you definitely don't have to. You can just wait to do them all together.
Here we go.
Essentially, milk bath nails are encapsulating something in between layers of your milky white. So for this milk bath mani, I'm going to use the traditional milk bath style and encapsulate dried flowers in my mani. So these two cases I got from maybe AliExpress or maybe Amazon. I'm not sure where I got them. It was quite a while ago, but if I can find the link for them, I'll leave that down below in the description. So I decided I wanted to do one bigger flower. So this is a light pink flower, which I do have regrets about that. I feel like for the milk bath, I should have gone with a bolder color because I'm layering a white on top of it. And it was really hard to see that light pink. But anyway, I also want to mix in more colors, not just the pink. So I'm going to pick some of these brighter colors from these bundles, and I'm just going to very carefully cut off the little flowers. So I'm showing you a little bit here of, they kind of come in a bundle. So I want like the little individual flowers. So I'm being very careful. These are very delicate because they are dried flowers and they're so easy to crumble. So I'm using tweezers to hold them, and I'm just going to, as much as I can, just clip off some of those little flowers so that I can use them on my mani. I'll do this with several colors as well.
Invincible.
Once I have all my flowers ready, I'm going to go ahead and apply a thin, even layer of dip base to my entire nail. And since I'm using dip base and it is an air dry, I do have to work a little bit quicker. You can also use gel base, but I wanted to use dip base. So I applied that dip base to my nail, and so now I'm picking up the flowers. So I just put my cuticle tool in a little bit of that wet dip base, and I used that tip to pick up the flower. And like I said, the flowers are delicate. I accidentally tore off one of the petals, so I'm just kind of reapplying it to kind of where I want it to be. So this is the bigger flower piece, which is just a little more difficult to work with, but not impossible. So what I want to do is I want to wait till the dip base isn't fully wet, when it starts getting just drying down and a little bit tacky. And that's when I can kind of press it down better to have it lay flat on the nail. When your dip base is still wet, it'll just keep popping back up. So you kind of want to be patient and wait till it gets like a little tacky, and then it'll stick down better. So in the meantime, I'm going ahead and applying different colors of the smaller flowers around the bigger flower. And then I'm occasionally checking to see if it's tacky enough to kind of stick down the rest of the petals of the larger flower. And I do want to know, I left this real time, so I didn't speed anything up, so you could see just how much time I had to work with these flowers, because the Mani Boss dip base is probably medium to slow dry time. So I had plenty of time to work with these flowers. Once I have all my flowers placed, and of course you can do as many or as little as you want, this was just what I wanted to do, I'm going to go ahead and apply another layer of Milk Money on top of that. So I'm applying a thin, even layer of dip base over my entire nail, and then I will dip back into Milk Money. And this is why you need to use a sheer milky white, because it's going to cover the flowers, giving it that milky type look, but it's not going to completely cover it, so you can still see it. But I do hate that you can't see the big flower, which was a very light baby pink color, because it was just too muted once I put the milky white on top. So if you do a milk bath nail, I do recommend that you go with more vibrant colors, because even if you think it's too vibrant, putting that milky white on top is going to mute it, and then it's going to look a lot more beautiful and kind of mix in, rather than if you start with a pastel, it's just going to blend in once you put that milky white on top. The flowers are thicker than like a regular glitter, so they will stick up more. So of course I want to encapsulate my nails in clear, because I don't want to file through these flowers. But I'm going to do 2 layers of clear just to ensure that I've got enough protection on those flowers, because they are bulkier.
Invincible.
I went ahead and filed and buffed off camera, so here's how my mani's looking. And the nails with the milk bath are a little bit thicker than I normally wear, but they're not super thick, so I kept them as thin as possible without filing through the flowers. So now I'm going to get into my top coat. So I'm applying one final layer activator to all my nails, and then I will get into the dip top coat application. For my first layer of dip top coat, I'm applying it in 2 to 3 really quick swipes on each nail, and after each nail, I'm wiping my brush on a lint-free wipe to remove any excess activator before returning it to the bottle. Once I'm done with my 5th nail, I'm ready to go in with my second layer of dip top coat, and I know it's ready because my first layer will start looking a little dull and wrinkly. So for my second layer, I'm going to take maybe a couple more strokes, but still not too many, and I'm also going to make sure that I'm capping my free edge for longevity. As always, I'm going to finish off my mani by rehydrating my cuticles, and I'm using my Scales of a Mermaid cuticle balm. This is in the scent Kitten, and I can't tell you how freaking excited I am to have Kitten. So every once in a while, Pat will open up the vault for past limited edition scents, and they can be re-released for a limited time. And this is probably maybe the 4th vault or so, something like that. In every vault, I have voted for Kitten because I have been dying for this scent, and it finally won, and I finally got my hands on it. And let me tell you, it is so worth the wait. So it's like a dryer sheet, like fresh clothes on a clothesline type scent. It's not perfumey at all. It's very subtle, it's very mild, and it is so amazing. I cannot get over how much I love this scent. If you like fresh scents, I hope you grab this one because it is everything. So that pretty much wraps up today's video, and I swear these milk bath nails really scream springtime. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue creating content like this, and it also helps YouTube recommend me to others, which helps grow my channel. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I upload content every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.